Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all good and welcome to Current Affairs in Flux. Let's begin today's daily current affairs. G. Ashokkumar, named as the India's first National Maritime Security Coordinator. Here, the retired Vice Admiral Ashokkumar has been appointed as the India's first National Maritime Security Coordinator by the government. Whereas if we see, the Chief of Navy Staff is Admiral R. Harikumar, where he is the 25th Navy Staff. He took over from Karambir Singh, who retired on in the month of November last year. Next one, Yoon Suk Yeol, elected as new South Korean president. Here, the Yoon Suk, who has been declared as the winner of 2022 South Korean presidential election, to be elected as the president of the country, where he is scheduled to assume the office for the upcoming 5 years from 10th of May 2022, and he will replaces the president Moon Jae-in. Here, the capital of South Korea is Seoul, and the currency is South Korean won. Next one. Hungary elects Catalin Nagy as its first ever female president. Here, the Hungarian parliament has elected Novak as the first ever female president. Here, the Novak, who mostly served as a minister for family policy and portrayed her election as a victory for women, and she will succeed Janos Adair, who is a co-founder of Orban's governing right wing and who has held the job since 2012. Here, the capital of Hungary is Budapest, whereas the currency is Hungarian forint. Next one. Ashulini Bhatia, appointed as a whole-time member of the Sebi. Here, the full form of Sebi is Securities and Exchange Board of India. Here, the cabinet has approved Ashwini Bhatia, who is the managing director of State Bank of India, as a whole-time member of Sebi, and he is going to be in this position for the coming 3 years. Here, the chairperson of Sebi is Madhabi Puribuch, who replaced Ajay Tyagi. Here, the Sebi is a regulatory body for securities and commodity market in India, which is under the ownership of Ministry of Finance. Next one. NABFID to be regulated as AIFI under RBI Act. Here, the full form of NABFID is National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development, whereas the full form of AIFI is All India Financial Institution. Here, the Reserve Bank of India has announced the NABFID will be regulated and supervised as an AIFI under the RBI Act 1934. Presently, RBI has 4 financial institutions, which are namely Exim Bank, NABARD, National Housing Bank, and Sebi, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India. And NABFID will be the 5th financial institution under Reserve Bank of India, where NABFID has been set up as a development financial institution to support the development of long-term infrastructure financing in India. Here, the full form of NABARD is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, and the chairperson of NABARD is Harshkumar Banwala. Here, AIFI means All India Financial Institution, which is a group which composed of financial regulatory bodies that play a vital role in the financial markets. Next one. India's first fully owned by women industrial park opened in Hyderabad, Telangana. Here, the park, which is promoted by FICCI Ladies Organization, that is FLO, in collaboration with the state government, consists of 25 units which presents 16 different sectors of green category, and all of them are fully owned and controlled by women. Here, the FICCI Ladies Organization, that is FLO, is the country's first of its sorts, and this park was built on 50 acres of land in Sultanpur, Patancheru, where it was made with a 250 crore investment. Here, if you see, the IT and Industries Minister of Telangana is K. Tarak Ramarao, whereas the Chief Minister of Telangana is Chandrasekhar Rao and the Governor is Tamilisai Soundararajan. Next one. Nepal will become first country to deploy India's UPI platform. Here, the Nepal will be the first country to adapt India's UPI system, which will play a vital role in transforming the digital economy of neighboring country with NPCI, that is National Payments Corporation of India. Here, the NIPL, that is NPCI International Payments Limited, and the NPCI has joined hands with Gateway Payment Services and Manam Infotech to provide these services. Where, if you see, Nepal has become the first country to deploy the UPI platform, and the president of Nepal is Bidya Devi Bhandari, whereas the prime minister is Sher Bahadur Dioba, whereas the capital of Nepal is Kathmandu and the currency is Nepalese rupee. Next one. IMF board approves $1.4 billion emergency support for Ukraine. The International Monetary Fund, which is an organization which works to secure financial stability and facilitate international trade, which promote high employment and sustainable economic growth over the world. It has approved $1.4 billion in emergency support for Ukraine to finance expenditure and shore up the balance of payments. Ukraine has turned to financing from allies and international institutions to support its economy after the Russian invasion began on February 24th. Here, the full form of IMF is International Monetary Fund, whereas the managing director of IMF is Kristalina Georgieva, where it is headquartered at Washington, D.C. Here, the president of Ukraine is Volodymyr Zelensky, and the prime minister is Denys Shmyhal, whereas the capital of Ukraine is Kyiv, whereas the currency is Ukrainian hryvnia. Next one. CRISIL projected GDP growth forecast at 7.8% for the financial year 22. Here, the CRISIL, which is a domestic rating agency, has retained its real GDP growth forecast at 7.8% for the fiscal year 23, as compared with 8.5% projected in the economic survey. Next one. SBI EcoWrap report projected India's GDP growth at 8.8% in FY 2022. Here, the State Bank of India, here the SBI research report EcoWrap has revised downgrades the GDP rate of India for FY 2022 to 8.8%. Earlier, it was estimated at 9.3%, and it has downgraded to 8.8%. Next one. A book titled On Board My Years in BCCI, an autobiography of Ratnakar Shetty. Here, this book titled On Board, which is an autobiographical account of Ratnakar Shetty's experience as an administrator. And this book was released by Sharad Pawar, who is the former president of MCA, BCCI and ICC. And here the Shetty, who is a chemistry professor by profession and went on to be the BCCI's first chief administrative officer after serving the Mumbai Cricket Association in various capacities. And in this book he explains he explains the experience as an administrator of BCCI when he served as a administrator in the first chief administrator in the BCCI. Next one. Andhra Pradesh gets first rank in Scot State of Governance Ranking 2021. Here, the Andhra Pradesh has retained its number one spot in Scot State of Governance rankings for the second consecutive year. In the year 2020, also Andhra Pradesh has acquired the top position, whereas in 2019 it acquired fourth, and 2018 it acquired the second position. And for the consecutive year, that is 2020 and 2021, it acquired the top position. Whereas if we see the second and third rank goes to West Bengal and Odisha respectively, whereas the neighboring country of Andhra Pradesh, that is Telangana, has acquired the sixth rank. Next one. Golfer Tiger Woods inducted into World Golf Hall of Fame. Here, the famous golfer Tiger Woods was formally inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. During his career, Woods has broken many golfing records, establishing himself as arguably the greatest golfer of all time. And he also won 15 majors, which is surpassed only by Jack Nicklaus' 18, as well as joint record of 82 wins on the PGA Tour. Next one. Football legend Surajit Sengupta. Sorry. Football legend Surajit Sengupta passes away at 71. Here, the Surajit Sengupta, who is a former India footballer who played as a midfielder, has passed away due to COVID-19 complications. And he was part of the Indian national team that won a bronze medal in 1970 Asian Games, which held in Bangkok, Thailand. Next one. February 19th, we observe World Pangolin Day. The World Pangolin Day is celebrated on the third Saturday of February every year, and in 2022, it fall on the 19th February of February 2022, and it marks the 11th edition of this event, World Pangolin Day. And this day aims to raise awareness about these unique mammals and speed up conservation of efforts. Next one. Thank you everyone. Stay safe and stay strong.